Matt Thorson is one of the developers behind Celeste, which won Best Indie Game at the Game Awards last year. He also worked on Towerfall, which is a game that I've played, and really, I think that that's a really good game. But I haven't played Celeste, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that have played Celeste, so I wanted to be able to tell you guys about this. There is DLC stuff that's coming for Celeste. It is free on all platforms, so if you already bought the game, you will have access to this DLC when it comes out. But there's a little bit of information that Matt Thorson wanted to share with people who are excited for the Celeste DLC. Here's what he says. He says, it won't be ready for the anniversary on January 25th. Sorry. It is all one continuous chapter. There is no B-side stuff. As somebody who hasn't played Celeste, I don't really understand what B-sides are, but I think that they are, like, from my understanding, from what I've heard about that game, it's stuff that takes place outside of the main story. So this is all in one continuous chapter, no side stuff. He says it's after the current hardest levels in difficulty. So if you look at the hardest levels in the game, and if they weren't hard enough for you, then this DLC chapter is for you. Just looking at people play Celeste makes me scared of it, and the idea of something that's harder than the most difficult challenges in the game being added to the game, like that's making me start to sweat. No thank you. But I know that there's people that are clamoring for more challenge because they adore this game. He said that there are no strawberries, which I think are things that you have to collect in a level in order to like 100% stuff. Although if I'm wrong about that, let me know. I haven't played the game. And he says that there are some new items and mechanics, which is very cool. I always love it when a developer takes whatever they've made before and expands upon it in the DLC to make it not more of the same, but something new. So whatever these new items and / mechanics are, I think that people who are fans of Celeste are probably really excited for that, and I think it's fantastic. And then finally, just to reiterate for everybody, this DLC is free on all platforms, which is really, really awesome. Like, there's no reason that the developers of Celeste should continue making their game or continue working on stuff like this as DLC. I mean, maybe, I don't know if this game was a Kickstarted game, and maybe that's why it's free for everybody. But for the most part, you pay for DLC. Once a game comes out, you pay for the DLC. And I know that there are some people who hate DLC with a passion. And most of the time, I would say I'm really not interested in DLC. But it depends on the game. You know, when a game comes out and then there's DLC the first week, like, that's not really DLC. That's content that I feel like the developer held back so that they could get more money out of us. These guys are building entirely new chapter with new mechanics and new items, and they are giving it away for free. That is amazing. And especially because this is not week 1 DLC. This is not even year 1 DLC. The game has been out for a year. It's just won all kinds of awards. This would be the time that a lot of suits would say it's time to capitalize on this. Let's make sure that we hit that anniversary, and let's make sure that we charge for this DLC. But the games or the developer is said, no, that's not happening with our game. With our game, we're gonna get it sent shipped when it's ready, and it's gonna be free for everybody. And I think that is really awesome. So Matt Thorson, I haven't played your game yet, but thanks for being awesome, because it seems like you are.